Hey everybody, I'm Laura, and I've been sharing my journey on here for some time, and I haven't actually made like an in-depth video about where I'm at in life. I've just been making, random shorts and sharing tidbits, but over the last year I've been doing a lot of grieving and a lot of healing. I've lost so many people. Two brothers, a sister, a cousin, my grandma, my kid's dad. Most recently, both my parents, my mom and dad. And then my grandfather. And tomorrow I'm going to a funeral service for a local lady that passed away that I've, over the last year, have come to love and very much care about. She was an older lady, and she was like an aunt or a grandma to me. As some of you know, I moved away from my family 15 years ago. Because at that time I was in active addiction, and they were just, protecting themselves and not wanting me around. Now I understand, then I didn't. I blame them for, not wanting me around, and I blame them for so many things. And it kept me in active addiction for a long, long time. And I've found, short periods of times of recovery through the years, thanks to, the courts or just agencies requiring me to get sober for them to help me. And I do that. But I always ended up back to drinking. And that very quickly would lead to hard drugs, coke or meth, pain pills, for me. And I've come to realize it's because I didn't know how to regulate my emotions. I had a nervous system that was set to survive, that was set to just do what it took to be okay on a daily basis. And I wasn't comfortable in my own skin, and I wasn't proud of who I was. I was ashamed. I was a junkie. I was an addict. I was a drunk. I didn't deserve to live, or so I thought at the time. And then something changed. I wanted to be different, and I knew I had that inside me to do it. I just had to ask for help, and that was hard. That was fucking hard. I remember the first time I picked up my phone and called someone for help, because I was beside myself. I couldn't stop crying. And all I wanted to do was drink, and I really, really wanted to get high. And I remember that moment. No, I haven't been sober since that moment. I've messed up because I wasn't using my tools, and I went back to what was comfortable. But I remember the moment I wanted to try recovery for myself, and not because an agency or the government told me I had to get sober. Or I had to get a slip sign, or I had to do this, or I had to do that, or I'd lose my kids or my home or my security, my life. And it was about 2 years ago. I wanted to get sober on my own. For my own sake. Because I wanted to live again. I was done dying. I was done killing myself. And it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Since then, yeah, life has been hard. I've had a lot of grief. Some grief I didn't deal with properly. I went back to pain pills, which led to meth. And then I got sober after one time of using meth. Because I knew if I didn't stop, if I kept going, I would be back to wanting to die very quickly. And I have that battle in my head sometimes where I get stuck on wanting to die, instead of wanting to live. And I'm still fairly young. I'm still raising 3 children, and I have to learn to work through those thoughts for them. My children already don't have a dad, and if they lose me, they're in the care of the foster system. So I have to choose every day to live and get through the moments of wanting to die by reminding myself that I have a purpose and I have a mission, and sometimes I just need the sun on my face to be reminded that. Sometimes I literally need a good cry and someone to talk to. Every day's different, but I have people to talk to, and one of the biggest reasons I made this channel was, yes, for me to vlog, and that's how it started out, but now I wanna be a listener for people. If they don't have that, I encourage people to reach out. If they have someone, reach out. You're not in this alone. Especially if you're in recovery from any type of addiction. It doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol. It could be any type of self-harm, anything that takes you away from your truest self, anything that takes you away from loving yourself, anything that's harmful. If you struggle with loving yourself, reach out. My information's in the description of my channel. I'm on Facebook as Lavora Rain. Love Aura. You don't need to die. You don't. Someone loves you and will be very sad when you go. We're here for you. I love you.